What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Eggin with Coalway. We're out here in Northeast Ohio. Got the egg fired up. We're introducing a new product today. Let's get it. All right, guys, we've got our egg fired up. It's about 300 degrees. We've got our cast iron Dutch oven inside already heating up. We're gonna take a can of this American style lager beer, and we're gonna pour that whole thing into the cast iron. It's gonna sizzle like that and foam up. That's okay. We're gonna let this sit for a minute. And then we got some brats that are going inside. We got our brats here. These are just salt and pepper flavored brats. You can get them at your local meat market. We'll bring them over here to the Dutch oven. Go ahead and get them in. So just right down into the beer. And then we are gonna put a lid on this so it doesn't get too hot. So I'll put the lid on it. Go get some seasoning. We'll get them loaded up. All right, so we're using that Bearded Butcher butter blend. I don't know, say that 5 times fast. We're gonna put that in with our brats and in with the beer. Get it kind of all in there. It's not really gonna stick to the brats. It's just kind of flavor adding to the beer while these are cooking. And we're gonna let these go 15 or 20 minutes. Just get that internal cooked. And then we're gonna sear them off on a brand new grill that we're featuring today. Check back in a second. All right, guys, we've got our tailgating grill here. This is called the NOMAD. Brand new to Coalway. They just got these. Actually, today they just got them. So what it is basically a portable charcoal grill, metal box all the way around. Put your charcoal in here. We're gonna go ahead and get this lit. Got a couple of our starter cubes in there. We're using still all natural lump charcoal for this. You could use briquettes or any of your favorite charcoal. We're not really limited to anything particular. So we'll go ahead and get this lit. And then we're primarily just using this for grilling today. We're gonna sear off the brats and we're gonna sear up those peppers and onions. This is gonna be cool. This is our first time using this. All right, let's prep our veggies. So I've got a whole onion here that I'm gonna cut in half. And as far as prep goes, that's basically it, because I'm gonna roast these whole on the NOMAD. So of course, duck fat spray, you guys know it. We're gonna spray these veggies down. Some of that duck fat, fighting the wind a little bit here. So let's take our veggies. We're gonna put them right on the NOMAD. The skin on these peppers is gonna get nice and blistered and dark, and that's what we want. We're gonna get that skin kind of peeled off once it's all black, and then we'll cut them up and we're gonna put it on our sausage. So go ahead and close the NOMAD. I've got a vent on this side that I'll go ahead and open. That's our intake, and then our exhaust is already open. Perfect. All right, we're gonna check our veggies. Go ahead and open up the NOMAD. So as you can see, you're starting to get a little bit of color on these. That one's nice and charred up. That's what we're looking for. This one, yep, getting a little char there. These are looking pretty good. We'll let these go for a few more minutes, get them charred up, and then we can pull that skin and get them sliced, get them ready for sandwiches. Now, while the veggies are coming up to temp and getting nice and charred on them, we're gonna go ahead and take a look at our brats. Just put this on there. You see those are starting to bubble up and definitely cooked all the way through. We're gonna go ahead and pull these off and we'll get them set aside, leave the lid on them so that they can continue to kind of steam and stay hot, but those can just rest while we're waiting on our veggies. Guys, a little tip that we have found with the NOMAD, I'm gonna go ahead and make a little switcheroo here. This grate is actually, can go both ways. So the way that we have it right now, these veggies aren't really sticking on it too well. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this, and this is magnetic, it's gonna stick really well. We're gonna flip it over, and now we've kind of got like this little slope, and I think it's gonna hold these veggies a lot easier. And they're not gonna be sliding around or moving around. So this is kind of a unique feature built into the NOMAD. It's almost a little veggie basket. So we're gonna make this change, and I think these are gonna get going really nice, and these will be done before we know it. All right, these veggies look like they are good to go. I'm gonna get these pulled off, nice and charred. We're gonna get a lot of that skin off, so don't worry about that. We're gonna let these rest for a few minutes just to kind of sweat out. We'll get them sliced up, and then we're gonna sear off our brats. NOMAD is nice and hot. We're gonna get these brats out of our beer bath where they roasted for about 20 minutes. And we're gonna put them on the NOMAD. I'm gonna leave the grate how we had it set up with the veggies, just because sausages have a tend to roll around. It'll keep it all on there so that they won't fall off. But these shouldn't take long at all. As you can see, the NOMAD is up and roaring, about 400, 450 degrees on the thermometer, so probably even hotter than that. We'll get them seared off, and then we'll put them back into the Dutch oven. Brats have been on for a few minutes now. Go ahead and check them out. Getting some nice color on these. We'll just give them a quick little flip here. NOMAD is cooking great. Nice, good char marks showing up on these. These are gonna be great. All right, we're gonna get the veggies going here. You see we got this charred skin on the outside. That stuff's just gonna peel right off. You can kind of peel it with your fingers, or you can even get a knife and just kind of work your knife along the edge of it, and it's gonna peel a lot of that charred skin off. That's gonna have kind of a bitter flavor to it. Just, you know, having all that char on there gives a little bit of an acrid taste. So get rid of all that. You still got this perfect pepper underneath with nice smoky flavor. We're gonna get all of these cut up and get them back into the Dutch oven and put it together with our brats, and then we'll be ready to make some sandwiches. The peppers are peeled. We're gonna go ahead and cut into them, get them sliced up. You wanna remove these stems, all of these seeds. No point in leaving that. And then get your pepper in half like that, flip it over, and then we're gonna just make some slices. That's how I like them on my sausage sandwiches, just nice thin slices. Go all the way through, and we're gonna go ahead and get the rest of this sliced up, and we'll be ready to go. Got the peppers all sliced up. I like an assortment of peppers. You can do any color. The red ones, yellow ones are a little sweeter than the green, but they balance nicely. Go ahead and get these onions sliced up. The onion just really softened up a lot and took on smoke flavor from being in the NOMAD. So we'll get these sliced just like the peppers into long little slices. That's kind of the best way for these sandwiches. Keep it the same shape as the brats so that they all kind of sit on there together. So we'll get the rest of these onions cut up and we'll build our sandwiches. And the brats are done. Got them cooked all the way through. Got a nice crust forming on the outside. You can temp these if you want. Bring it up to 160 or so to be sure that they're all done all the way through. But I can just tell by looking, these are perfectly done. Good char. We're going back into the Dutch oven. Got some of that juice still on there from when they cooked originally. Just kind of help keep them nice and moist. They baste themselves, which is great. These are gonna be awesome. We finished slicing the veggies, got them all ready to go. We pulled the brats. They're back in the Dutch oven with all that juice and that beer bath that they cooked in. We're gonna incorporate it all together, just so all the flavor can just marry together. We're gonna let it rest for 5 minutes or so, and then we'll get our buns and we'll make some sandwiches. All right, we got a little bit more of that Bearded Butcher butter blend put in with the brats and peppers and onions. I'm gonna go ahead and get a bun, get one of these sausages, that right down on the bun, get a nice helping of these onions and some peppers. All right, then, in my opinion, brats are not finished until you got a little bit of that spicy mustard. Go ahead and get a little bit of that on there. I like these buns because they're not quite like a hot dog, so it eats more like a sandwich. Let's dig into some of this. That beer flavor on the brat definitely comes through. The butter blend certainly sealed the deal. That char flavor is really, really good. The Big Green Egg, the NOMAD, they did their thing today. Come out to Coalway, check out these new products. Come see the NOMAD. It's something that you're gonna wanna take to your tailgates, down to the campsites, all that good stuff. October 8th, we're having an Egged Up Championship competition down at the Coalway store in Charm, Ohio. Come check us out. It's gonna be a good time. Catch you at the next one.